Welcome, Libra. Thank you for joining me for your reading for this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. I've shuffled the cards. Actually, I'm just going to lay them out. Oh, I should have done that before. We're doing things in a slightly different way. We've got a like a full Celtic cross today, and then we'll go back through and clarify what we get. We'll talk about what we have first. Okay, lovely Libra. Wow. Look, you're coming out really all guns are blazing. Well, not all guns are blazing, but you've got a really good wand happening here, and all the other elements with the Magician, the Magus. So a lot of information coming through. Maybe this is something to do with the solar eclipse in Gemini. Mercury, Thoth, Hermes, messenger of the gods, the ability to manifest in the material world, to draw a lot of different things in, and actually to draw a lot of people in. Actually, we get the Three of Cups. I like to call it the Royal Jelly card because it reminds me of all those gorgeous old-fashioned jellies. Celebration. You're managing to do this, or you're actually quite adept at doing this, Libra, because we see the basis of this is strength. In the Thoth deck, it's called lust, and here we understand the machinations of our own mind, ego, psyche, soul, spirit, the whole kit and caboodle. So therein lies your unique abilities at the moment in the recent past. In the recent past, Libra, the Eight of Swords, possibly feelings of limitation, really. Having to really break out of that, even though there was nothing really technically limiting you as such, but breaking out of it. And breaking out of it, you have done. We have the Knight of Wands, just full on, creative impulse, no mucking around, plunging in. We're creating our own weather patterns as we go. I just got that, just be careful, not to exhaust yourself, because this is high charge voltage. And of course, the night can be like boom, full on, and then poof, has to sort of collapse for a bit. And of course, moving forward, we get the Four of Swords, a time of respite. So, wow, it's like you're juggling all these different things, a lot of different people, and you can sustain it. I mean, you can do it. Intellectually, you can really understand every aspect of what's going on for you at this time. It's really interesting. I haven't really even looked at these cards. In your position, what you're offering yourself is the Queen of Swords. So, yes, indeed, you can actually be so precise here. With you're drawing a lot of things in. You're drawing a lot of things in with a large level of precision as much as passion, Libra. Interesting. What is the environment? What impact is the environment having? Or what is your environment showing you? Maybe it's showing you a little bit of, as opposed to the Knight of Wands, Here we have the Prince of Discs. So we've got a slow release here. We've got taking it slowly but surely. Maybe an indication that, maybe an indication here that, yeah, we can go off like full on. We can use this. This is very, this central point is incredibly powerful. The Magician and the Three of Cups. Because we really are bringing things into form here. And we understand how to do it. But we want to do it with a sort of lasting capacity. You don't want to burn out too soon, Libra, because it's like you're on fire here. And I think there's a general directive to just take it, have a wee break, in the Four of Swords. You're still on top of everything. But we can approach it coming back again, because I do feel that thing coming back again with the Prince of Discs, where we have the slow release. It's as if your output of passion has reverberated, and I do think it is reverberating beyond what you expected, even whilst you have a period of respite. It's still kind of radiating, is what I get. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. In your position of hopes and fears, we have the Prince of Cups. This is an emotional offering, and maybe it's your emotional offering to a group. I get a sense of that. Potential outcomes is that, yes, indeed. Oops, I can't get it with my finger. Potential outcome, the glorious Knight of Swords. Again, precise. Again, an opportunist. Like, we're seeing every opportunity that exists. It's like you're seeing the beyond any personal program that you have. I think you're really seeing the potentials in others at the same time, and how this can really work. Like, collectively, this can really work. You're seeing that in other people. But you are really objective here. It's kind of like playing with something, with a new skill. It's just what I'm getting. So we'll just clarify for you, Libra. Let's have a look. Look what I'm interested in here. What is the Magus doing here? It's quite, and it is quite light-hearted. Like, there's quite a lot of fun in this. There's quite a lot of fun, but it is about works in progress. The Magician, please. And all the potentials. The Magician, please. Oh. Just one card for the Magician. We have the Three of Wands came out with that. But we just want one more card. Ground. It's sort of like grounding, is what I hear. Grounding. That took a while, didn't it? We really want to be careful here. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I don't mean that as a sort of... but you just, because this is so mercurial, the position or the role that you're playing, and I do feel that that there are other people involved. This is a really personality-based. There's so many court cards in here. There's a lot of people that you're dealing with. I think it's really careful. It's just this thing of being careful about how you use your clarity and objectivity combined with the Magus's just out of this world ability to bring things into fruition. We have the Three of Wands, so we go, to this. We see the, there's the Ace to the Three. I'm thinking of the Three of Discs actually, that building up. We have the Two of Wands, where we actually envisage, we can see it before we create it. We know exactly what's within our power base or structure. We know what we have authority over. And we're just kind of, it is actually understanding all the aspects when we come into the threes in this physical world, because we have the Two of Wands coming out at the same time. So, you know exactly what you want to see coming into works. This is real movement and building here. We just stop for a bit of a breather. I think we need to, because the magician in this reading is so powerful that everything else is just sort of, I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but it's as if all the other cards, there's so many court cards here, are the magicians on the chessboard of the magician, and you're the magician. Do you know what I mean? We're just speaking in stories and metaphor here. I say this because exactly, we're looking into a crystal ball with the two. We know what our resources are, what our domain is. And we've gone slightly beyond that into really sort of creating. There is and I see the Seven of Swords here as just a little cautionary card, just to make sure that that your intentions, that you're not being too manipulative, Libra. That's just what I'm getting today, which it's all right. It's good to it's good to know our abilities, isn't it? And to be able to have a level of understanding and control over those abilities. Okay, so let's have a wee look at your current position, the Knight of Wands, please. For Libra, the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, so it's just like, there are a lot of other people involved. Oh, wow. Ace of Discs. Excuse me, the doorway of abundance. You really are exerting your will. And this is a really good thing, because it allows you to get through this door. It allows you to open that door. The Ace, yes, coming down through Kita, through the top of the tree of life, the crown. We work with it. We bring it into form, and we understand, and therefore we continue on. It's pretty fantastic. Talk about power plus. Four of Swords, please, for Libra. We get strength again. This is just keeping tabs here. This is keeping tabs on keeping balanced in this. Whatever this is for you, whatever is going on, Libra, and you are the great keeper of balance. And maybe this is what you are doing for others as well, as keeping a balanced kind of situation, whether it's work or whatever it is, family, keeping that balance. So we have strength twice at the basis, and with the Four of Swords moving forward. It's just a good thing to remember. Balance. Okay. Let's see the environment. Oh, the environment. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is literally the environment with the Prince of Discs. Slow release, stable and steady. To clarify that, the environment is offering you, again, the Magician and Judgment. You know, it's almost like, I mean, you'll know before too long, it is almost like a little test, isn't it, by the universe. And I liken it to all those stories, you know, about the humble, I don't know, and like all those fairy tales, like the humble young adolescent who discovers that they have all these incredible powers. And the test is, I guess it's sort of like Lord of the Rings, isn't it? The test is to see how wisely you use these powers. This is it. How wisely. Because it's like you are there, Libra, looking down at your chessboard, and there's a lot of other players in this. That's just what I get. Prince of Cups, hopes and fears. Well, yes, and you are an emotional creature. Hopes and fears. For Libra, you get one card. I'll get one more. Hopes and fears. Yes, you are an emotional creature. I've already got one card that popped out. But I would like to see just some clarity for that. Just some clarity, please. Wow. So, hopes and fears, dear Libra. This lovely prince. There's a don't get lost in your own abilities or powers here. I do get that. To clarify, the Prince of Cups, who is moving, you know, he's very, very emotionally driven, obviously. And he can get distracted by reflections, whether that's from others or from oneself. To clarify that card, we had the High Priestess, who's been coming out quite a lot during this new moon, building up to this new moon. Look, this is amazing. You know, you've really got this amazing force of will that it's as if you can almost, it's like if there was an Ace of Wands in this reading. It's as if your own internal fire element is sort of literally jumping out of you and dancing with the gift. I think it's dancing with this gift of the Ace of Discs clearly through that Magician, and it's taking form in the material world. We get the Knight of Wands clarifying the Prince of Cups, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, another knight, the same knight, and the world, the universe. So this is really, you've upped your own ante. You are on a new cycle here. So this could be about anything, but to me it's really you've figured out your own divine connection, Libra, with the ethers and the material world, and you're moving between the two. I mean, creating, drawing things in, creating, you've got your chessboard, you've got people, you know, it's really quite full on. The Knight of Swords, please. Potential outcomes for lovely Libra. Potential outcomes for lovely Libra. Here. It's amazing. Sort of mastery at its height, really. It really is. Can we have one card to clarify? Please. Yep. Oh, God, yeah. Clear as a bell. Clear as a whistle in the wind. It is mastery, Libra. You know, to clarify the Knight of Swords, this is using all of that sword energy as much as Hermes mercurial energy. Well, it is, isn't it? It's, yeah. So just as an overview here, the Page of Swords, you know, ascertains dynamics of power. We understand how people work. We understand the, you know, we understand, what was I going to say? We understand people's alliances and people's, whatever the opposite of that is, non-alliances. We understand how the whole thing works. We look down. I keep getting that. Looking down at the chessboard, we can see. But this has taken time. This is this adolescent is understanding what power is to people and how they use it. Of course, primarily it's our own, you know, everything is probably based on our own ideas of what power we possess on a personal level and how that comes across in any energetic exchange. Anyway, so I'm digressing here. Ascertaining the dynamics of power. We have the Hierophant. What I see to be esoteric information that you have taken on. It can be mentorship, someone in your life who has been a teacher, a guide, but I do look at this as in the High Priestess, in your hopes and fears zone. You know, he too has keys and allows you in to this information that is for you and for you only. And yet, of course, with anything like that, it is expressed outward to others in your world for the good, ideally for the good. For the good. What was I saying? And then, speaking of mastery, we get the King of Swords. There's so many swords here. There's so many court cards. There's so much activity going on. And you're like controlling it in a lot of respects. This is mastery on your part. Libra, we've graduated here. And we've gone through a kind of channel here that is potentially quite otherworldly, in fact. It's of the more liminal world. Oh, crikey. Libra. Now, let's get a journey map card and Pixie and Fairy card as well. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. I mean, not the Wheel of Fortune, the world. This is the beginning of a whole new cycle. And you know that this belligerent adolescent waiting, a prepubescent card. It's as if you've tested the waters first with the Knight. You've tested it first. Then, oh, if I can get this, then you just had to have a little rest. A wee bit of respite, just to reconfirm some things to yourself in your own mind, heal a little bit. Prepubescent, waiting for the change, knowing it's coming, quiet excitement. Quiet excitement. It's like once you've learnt something, you can't unlearn it. Once you've seen particular things, you cannot unsee it. That's just what I'm getting. Then we have action. Beautiful Libra. Solar force. I think this new moon solar eclipse leading into the next full moon afterwards is going to be a really heightened, really quite interesting and otherworldly time for you. But you are in control, Libra. And what do we want? Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy. If Pixies and Fairies can give us their take on this beautiful reading. Oops. Oh, God. I've got one card actually fell out. Let's get another. Let us get another. Just one more, thank you. Yep. Keep going, Libra. Keep going, Libra. We get 2 Pixie and Fairy cards. Now, this is don't listen to. This is like the 9 of Swords. Don't listen to that internal voice because it's going to totally put you off as the Magician. And I don't think you are listening to it. Don't listen to that, self-talk that's negative. Don't. That's what this card is about. You know what you're doing in the best possible way. We have the Death card as well. So this is transformation. This whole process is about that for you. In a really interesting way because there's a lot of other people involved and therefore there's a lot of responsibility that involves other people, I think, but you are very capable of that. I think with the, hang on, we've got one of the little star cards. Yeah, and this is really what you're doing. Clear communication and detached logic. I suppose detached logic is sort of a is it? No, it's not really an oxymoron. I mean, logic is actually detached, isn't it, from your emotion? Not all the time, but yeah. Anyway, Libra, what a fascinating reading today. I mean, you have set the bar high. That's on the bottom of, you've graduated. You've really graduated here. So use your new abilities wisely, dear Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy this next week, this new moon time, and we'll see you next time. Take good care, Libra. Cheery. Bye.